They are the screams of a woman convinced she is about to die. Beaten, violated, and tortured.
And I keep trying to give him reasons not to kill me.
A horrific crime made all the more shocking because of who stood accused. It's the headline-making case of the MMA superstar with millions of fans, charged with trying to kill his model ex-girlfriend. And
I heard him going for the knives downstairs.
the explosive new interview with the woman at the center of it all.
To know that somebody took my youth from me.
The frantic 911 call. The nationwide manhunt. And the sensational made-for-TV trial with an outcome almost as unbelievable as the crime itself. Ever since the trial, Christy Mack has had trouble talking about that night.
I kept looking back to make sure he wasn't behind me.
She's relived those horrors one too many times.
I've been stuck in my house, afraid. I've been stuck in a courtroom, telling the same story. I've been stuck mentally in the same place.
Stuck and scared because of a series of events set in motion the day she met a man named Jonathan. Or, as he's known to millions of fight fanatics around the globe, War Machine.
I was 21, 22 years old, and I had never experienced a relationship where somebody cared so deeply about me.
The two actually met in front of the camera while doing a photo shoot and almost immediately became something of a power couple. He as the popular MMA fighter and she as the tattoo model / adult film star otherwise known as Christy Mack.
These are two people that are in the public eye if you're into either MMA or the adult film industry.
Often seen together at red carpet events, they were all smiles. But Christy says behind the scenes, it was a little different.
He was very jealous and possessive. He would begin yelling at me and verbally degrading me.
And then, much worse than words,
I had been punched and kicked, smothered and bitten. The abuse began about 3 months in, which I now know is a very common thing.
There was domestic violence throughout, including her getting her face slammed into the front of a vehicle, of a dashboard. Her getting teeth chipped off.
Christy would leave, but says that each time John promised it would be the last. And for 15 months, the cycle of abuse continued. Then, the night of no turning back. It was early August, Thursday the 7th. John had actually broken up with Christy months before, and though they were talking about getting back together, she had a friend named Corey Thomas staying over to help her set up for a tattoo convention the next day. Corey and Christy had dated briefly, but at that point, she says they were just friends.
They watch a movie, they go to bed. They are in the same bed, they are sleeping.
They won't be for long.
John came in and turned the lights on.
Turns out War Machine still had a key to the house and had planned to surprise Christy for the weekend.
He jumps on top of him and starts hitting Corey, and I call 911.
Afraid John will turn on her, Christy hides the phone under some towels, then watches as he bites, punches, and chokes Corey Thomas. Christy can even be heard pleading for Corey's life. But then War Machine loosens his grip.
War Machine is screaming during this entire incident, "Christy, tell him that you're mine. You're going to be my wife. You love me." Christy's screaming whatever Jonathan tells her to scream. And War Machine turns to Corey and says, "You're gonna walk out of here. You're not gonna tell anybody. If you tell anyone about this or go get the police, I will kill you myself or I'll send my friends to kill you." Did Corey then leave the residence?
Yes, he did.
After that, War Machine reportedly ripped off his blood-soaked shirt and said, "This is why I can't wear white." Then he looked to Christy. It was her turn.
It started in the shower.
I don't know how I got in the shower. I could taste blood in my mouth.
Then, as War Machine forced Christy to clean herself, he went through her phone.
And anything he found in her phone, such as Instagram followers that he didn't like or photos he didn't like, he would beat her about the face.
Just to remind you, this is what it looks like when War Machine beats people.
I remember waking up on the floor, like I was about to stand up, and he kicked me in the ribs so hard that I fell over and began convulsing.
The kick had lacerated her liver.
Just after this, I told him that I needed help, because I genuinely felt like I was going to die at this point.
And unfortunately for Christy, War Machine was just getting started. Coming up,
I believed he was getting another knife, since the other one was broken, so he could kill me.
how does Christy Mack make it out alive? And
Just smashing my face. Boom, boom, boom.
in one of his first ever TV appearances, War Machine's other victim sits down with Crime Watch Daily to give his version of that night.
I think the question that lingers is why didn't you get help for her when you left?
Right.
But he still wasn't done. And as if the professional fighter's hands and feet weren't lethal enough,
He then took a knife and